And just like that, we're 100% live back in the Cali Radio Shack. Now, there's a couple things to get used to here, okay? First of all, let me remove the shades, okay? Look, I've got a brand new piece of equipment over here, and I'm still, like, figuring out if everything works, okay? Theoretically, it should be just fine. You guys should hear me just fine, but I always like to double check and get your guys' feedback right before we go in. Now, let me say a couple things before we get started here today. It has been mighty hot. I don't know if it's exceptionally hot where you guys are at. Now, I've been on a work trip in Phoenix, and it was way hotter there, but still in Sacramento, it's been pretty hot. It's been 103, something like that. It was spicy today, too, man. I was sweating bullets shooting a reel, and I'll tell you guys about that in a little bit. I'm going to give you guys a little behind the scenes because I think I finished it, and I texted my wife. I said, this is probably the greatest reel I've ever done. It's subjective, of course. You guys are probably going to, it doesn't matter. It's still fun. I will say that I spent the most amount of time editing and shooting and setting up for this today's reel than any other thing I've ever done shorts-wise. So, you know, it's debatable whether it's better so much as it is time-consuming, but we'll see. Now, the point I'm trying to make here is that it has been so warm, okay, that inside here when I've been gone, like it's been probably, who knows how hot it gets in here. I don't run the AC in here unless I'm in here, right? The sound panels are just falling off the walls, okay? And you know, you put glue on them, right? And there's adhesive. You'd put it on one side and then on the other. And you can probably see, you don't see them on those ones. But the ones on the ceiling are like this too. And, you know, they're falling off. So I got to do a bunch of repair and maintenance in here, which is very easy to do. I don't mean to complain, but I'm just saying that it's been mighty hot. And I assume that wherever you guys are at is pretty damn hot too, right? Would you agree? Okay, we've got a bunch of stuff we're going to do. One, the best part about doing these live streams solo in here is that we can all catch up and chat. You can ask questions. I can talk to you guys back and forth, back and forth. But I also like to put the word out on Instagram and take questions there. So that gives us a bunch of topics to start off with right off the bat. And then we've got a bunch of stuff I want to cover too. So why the hell not? Let's jump right in. Look, I've been wanting to do a live stream. I tried to get one in last week, but it was a whirlwind adventure. Like I went out to Phoenix, and when we work out there, we're doing studio builds. And so basically, what does that mean? That means tearing apart. So there's like a sports station, there's one of them, and you go in there and you move into another studio, you kick them out, you tear every cable out, you tear every piece of equipment and console and all that stuff. You have to spend hours doing that meticulously because there's a couple cables you don't want to cut. Then you bring in new equipment, you rewire everything, and you get it operational. It turns out that we're very good at this. I could do this and have them up and running. I tore apart a studio and had all the equipment in and running within a day, it's very unheard of, man. Not a lot of people do it. So I am pretty good at this, but I don't want to bore you guys with work all night long, but that's what's been going on. So the bottom line is I've been so busy out in Phoenix. People asked if I had time to go on a ride. No, I didn't have time to do anything other than work like 12, 14-hour days. Go to the hotel exhausted, come back. So the reason why I bring that up is I meant to do a live stream last week, and I really wanted to fit one in, but I had to actually spend some time with the kids and the family, and that's not in a bad way, but I was like, I'm not doing a live stream. I'm going to just hang out with the kids. We went kayaking on Sunday and stuff. So that was time well spent, but I'm just saying it didn't work out. So I love doing live streams more frequently, but I'm just never around. It's been so crazy. And I got to go out to Seattle in a couple weeks. I'm going to be out there for a couple weeks. I'm going to plan a trip up to Bellingham and all this other stuff. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Okay, there's a lot of things going on in the old Calirado Kid. You know what I mean? All right. Spokesman says, you caught me right as I got to my hotel room in Park City, riding Deer Valley tomorrow. Let's get this party started. Oh, baby. Park City and Deer Valley and all that stuff's incredible. I don't even remember the name of the park that I rode when I went to Utah, but I went to Park City, and I was planning on, I did a trail forks, and I looked at all these trails, and I saw them going up through the mountains, and I said, I'm going to take that. It looks fun. I don't know what kind of trail it was, an XC trail, whatever. And then it turns out the place that I was staying was a resort, and they had a lift right out of the front door. I was like, well, that changed all my plans right there. Absolutely immediately. And so I just got a pass or whatever, and like for 2 days, I was just taking lifts up and doing down. I don't think it was like a big uphill. Maybe it was still pretty early. I still had my Bronson at the time, so I was still only like less than 6 months into riding. So you know, maybe if I visited that place now, it would be a different story. But I think it was one of the smaller parks up there. I think there's multiple parks up in Park City. I could be entirely wrong about that, but who knows? Lil Boost is in here, says hi. Bill Yeet is in here as well. Venture Apparel Company is in here, hanging out on a Saturday night. I can't believe you guys, all you guys out there don't have anything better to do. You know what I mean? I will say the microphone does sound a bit different. Doesn't, I don't know. It sounds a little different. Do you guys? All right. Anyways, that's, I'll fine tune everything. Don't worry. Joe, do you have an air conditioner outside with a fan in front of it to cool off when you go on the patio? No, I just go, it's turned out great. The patio, the porch for the shed has turned out to my early morning and my late evening spot during the summer. Like I'll come out there, drink my coffee, hang out. And it's funny because it's in the backyard. So there's no neighborhood kids to yell at, which is unusual. But that's what I want. I want to yell at the neighborhood kids. But so I go to sit on the patio, drink my coffee in the morning. At night, if it's a bourbon, if it's a rye or whatever it is, or if I'm just hanging out, I was going to say reading the newspaper, but who reads a newspaper? My buddy once said it's yesterday's news on paper and published today. So yeah, no, never mind. Anyways, the Dub Shack. Yeah, this is the Cali Radio Shack. And I get a lot of crap from MTB Allen because he, I didn't realize, well, I did realize, but he had sent me a thing like, what about the Cali Radio Shack? And I saw it and maybe it just imprinted in my head. And I've always just, rule number 27 in the Calirado Kid handbook is to just basically take credit for anything. So I've never given him credit, but he did aid in the naming of this place, the Cali Radio Shack. Yeah. But again, rule number 27, I take credit for it. I did all the hard work. Okay. I shot videos about it and I got a broadcast out of here. So take it easy, Alan. Take it easy. All right. Boston Don MTB says, love to know how the dropper is working. So this is a funny story, you guys. If you guys don't know about this, sometimes I will jump in and do live streams on Instagram. Okay. And it's fun because one, it's easy to do. You can just grab your phone, hook it up and go. But the only downside is that not a lot of people utilize it. So when you go live, even though there's 27,000 followers or whatever, you won't get that many people viewing because it's just people don't associate that platform with live streaming for the most part. So it's fun when I do them. And I did a really fun one randomly because my dropper post just wasn't working. It was just coming up really slow. And so I was like, let me jump in and let me just see if people can actually contribute. Because here on the YouTube, you guys never help me do nothing. All right. You always just laugh at me. Okay. But on Instagram, I had high hopes. So I jumped in. And Boston Don MTB was a huge help. He basically there was a couple other people in the live stream, but we basically went for 2 hours and I tore the whole dropper post apart. I poured whiskey on it because he said I needed denatured alcohol. I didn't have any. So I just poured, it was just pure hijinks and silliness, but it was really fun. And theoretically, the dropper post is fully operational. However, here's the downside, Boston Don MTB. I have not had a chance to ride my bike since that live stream. It's literally gathering cobwebs in the garage. I have not been home. We had nieces and nephews in town this weekend, so they were here this morning. We were just hanging out and having fun, and I was prepping for some stuff for the reel that I had to shoot. I had to set up a bunch of stuff this morning, so there's something we'll get to later about time management because somebody asked that question. I think it was Bike Some, but yeah, it's I don't know if the dropper post actually works. It's stupid. I'm hoping to go ride tomorrow, but the wife's got to work in the morning, so I can't ride in the morning. So maybe in the evening, because otherwise it's 100 and my balls are going to melt off. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, let's catch up. I know you guys are probably just spouting off and I'm way behind. I guarantee you I'm way behind. Yeah, Boston Don, I've got the new Rodecaster Pro 2. Now, there are some cool features with that we're going to talk about and cool possibilities. But we'll get to that in a little bit because you really got to understand. You got to want to know tech, and most of the people in here, you guys can tell me whether or not. But there's some cool stuff. Like for example, I have discovered that you can actually program EQ and effects into this thing. So basically, if I wanted to be if we wanted to be out just announcing the Calirado Kid's entrance to a stadium or something, be like, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the Calirado Kid's are coming down. He's entering the field, and there he is. Give us a round of applause." You can do stuff like that. But whether or not that is relevant and works in what I'm doing, who the hell cares? I can do whatever I want. Yeah. It's my live stream. Notes. I know, I do. It's funny because I actually took screenshots of all the Instagram questions that people asked, and then I wrote them down anyways. Because for whatever reason, I don't like looking at my phone while I'm live with you guys. I don't know. It feels weird to me. Like a handwritten note feels like it's more personal than staring at my phone. I feel like I'm when we're at the dinner table, no phones, right? Because our kids don't have phones, but even the parents, us, we're like, no phones, no distractions. We're here. Let's talk. Let's hang out. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like paper is that stupid? You guys can let me know. All right. Yeah, I know. Looks like you're about to start an enduro. What's up? AZMTB is in here. Will, good to see you, buddy. Trail Monster is in here as well. MTB Rage and Joe, what's up? You flew right past us. SoCal, you should have stopped and rode we have the goods. I do want to make it back down to SoCal. I got a ride with Jeff and the Worldwide Cyclery crew, which if I haven't mentioned already, I partnered with Worldwide Cyclery. So anything, if you guys do want to help the Calirado Kid channel, I've said it before and I'll say it again. One, they're incredible. Those guys are funny as hell. They do great content and they sell a lot of bike stuff, parts, bikes, and all that stuff. So I have an affiliate link down below. Now, what I discovered is when I posted the link down there, it didn't like put my affiliate part as the click, which is very interesting. Okay. I feel like YouTube's against me on that for some reason. But look, if you guys look at the description and you scroll down, it says worldwidecyclery.com, and then you can click it and that'll go to that link. But then the affiliate part is like grayed out. So like it goes to their website, but it doesn't give me any credit. I thought that was weird. Like it's all one link. All right, you know, but anyways, if you copy and paste the whole link, that's the affiliate link, and that helps out the Calirado Kid channel. Anyways, if you're gonna buy parts, buy it from there, and there you go. You guys saw Venture Apparel Company's in here as well. If you guys need jerseys, you go talk to him. That company's rad, and I've got info on my Instagram for that. It's been in the hundreds lately, says Gerald. Yeah, it's hot as hell. 90 in Park City. God, good God, man. Damn, hot in Boise. Yes, Geoff. I'm gonna say Geoff, even though I know it's pronounced Jeff. Geoff. Damn hot in Boise. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, what do we got here? Adam Mock is in here. Adam Mock just got home from Sky Park, and bonus, Calirado Kid is live. Yeah, Sky Park is incredible. Adam Mock and the crew put on an incredible event out at Sky Park. I wish I could have made it. Man, it looked just awesome, and my understanding is they plan on doing more. If you guys haven't seen that, make sure you're following Adam Mock. Those guys are absolutely rad, especially if you're in SoCal. It makes a lot of sense. I really do want to make it back down to Sky Park. I guarantee you I got to make it a SoCal trip. But it looks like in my cards is a trip up north first, and we'll talk about that in a little bit too. No, these guys aren't bots. These guys are gluttons for punishment. They keep coming back to my live streams over and over and over again. Yeah. I've been so busy running all over Norco. Yeah, Bike Some, a.k.a. Jay, took a job with Norco. And it sounds awesome. I mean, I haven't talked to him personally about it, but seeing what he's doing, he got to go to Whistler and all this stuff to like drive the van around, show off the bikes. It seems good. I don't know. I haven't talked to him, so I don't want to speak for him. But there you go. He is in here, and he's got a new gig, if you will. He's traveling all over the place, riding bikes. Isn't that the dream, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't that the dream? All right. Okay, we're catching up real quick, and then we're going to start right into some Instagram questions, and then we got to cover a lot of stuff. Trust me, look, we're just jumping in. All right, take it easy. By the way, I have noticed, you guys know how mic processing works? A compressor is essentially designed to reduce not overmodulation, just limiting essentially. So like if you were to scream, if you didn't have compression in play, then it would just like, it would break up and it would sound like crap. It would just like, right? But if you've got a compressor in line and you could do this, hey, I've got a compressor. It's a compressor. You see, it limits it and it sounds pretty good throughout the whole band because it just pushes the, okay. Sorry for the nerd talk. All right, let's get back down to business. All right, so we've got a couple questions in line. Redondo MTB88 says, look at this. I'm going to hold the note up so you guys can see it. How to have good shots with camera while riding. If you guys are, everybody in here is like a mountain bike YouTuber. Two ways to do it. One, you don't need a gimbal anymore. You just got to have a GoPro Hero 9 or 10. Probably a 10 if you don't have one. It's probably the best bet. Or just find a used 9. They're the same camera, basically. All these chumps in chat probably went and bought a 10. They're the same camera. Anyways, so I just have a, what do we call it? It's not the GoPro mount, although a lot of people use the GoPro mount on the chest. Easy. I have the Stuntman, which is still an older one, but it's the one I've always used. Have that on the chest, flip the camera upside down for the best angle, and then rotate it in. Now, you got to have dead cats on the camera to deaden the noise, and I'll show you real quick. Hold on, since we're here. Stand by. All right, let's go. Let's take a journey. Come on, stand by. Everything's fine. Don't worry. Oh, we're good. Everything's good. All right, we're back. All right, Jesus. All right, so look, yeah, and this is it. All right, so if you guys probably do something similar. You guys have your own little style here, but as you can see, I flip mine upside down. I put dead cats on all the mics so that I can, and then I get the ultra wide, or what do you call this thing? The max lens mod, and that's that. Now, the best footage, I think, and I still believe it, is the full face mount, but it's hard to wear full face all the time. And Bike Some makes that mistake because he covers up his beautiful locks with his full face all the time. But those camera angles are the greatest because like McTrail Rider and Bike Some both, I believe, do the full face with the camera mounted on the chin bar. And there's a company that 3D prints that stuff. And that looks really, really good because the head is a natural gimbal. So I'll cover that quick. 87% of you in here know how to mount your cameras, but there you go, Redondo, if you're in here, which I feel like is highly unlikely. If you are, let me know. If not, somebody clip this and go send it to him. I'm counting on you. All right. Octodad, as always, says, best post-ride food or drink. That is really up to you. You know what? I have not been keen on burgers lately. I'm just not like, I don't really feel like burgers ever anymore. So back in the day, it was always like, oh, I have a burger and fries, but I'm just like unexcited about them now. They just don't thrill me. Like I'd rather have tacos. So tacos is the best. And then Ozark says, why overspend on components? Now, there's two people that kind of mentioned this. I'm going to bring this up. Elijah Davies also says, getting caught up in upgrading compared to enjoying the rig you have. And I believe everybody in here could agree that it's fun to get new stuff, but it's, well, I'm assuming, but it's fun to get new stuff, but not necessary. I have to explain that to my kids quite frequently, that having the best doesn't mean you're the best. It's certainly not necessary. You know, you can go with the baselines. I found that over the course of starting to understand bikes, I found the things that were lacking that I wanted. And here's a good example of it. So with engagement, in fact, I didn't really even know the term until I texted Brian, the old BKXC. There's a name drop for you. So I texted him one day and I was like, hey, the hub, which I had just found out it was called a hub, I pedaled and I was like, why does it take so long before the pedal starts to move the wheel? He's like, oh, that's engagement. I was like, okay, I want better engagement apparently, because like, I didn't like that you would pedal and go ding, and then it would take a second to take effect. So that was something I discovered through the course of my illustrious mountain bike career. And when I figured that out, then I was like, well, I want new hubs. Unfortunately, I decided I wanted also silent hubs, which led me down to the Onyx route and led me my bank account to a much smaller state. But I didn't need it. I discovered that it was like something that I wanted. I could have gone a much more affordable route. I also didn't know the market that well, but I knew that Brian rode Onyx and I knew that they made silent hubs. So, you know, it's neither here nor there. There are other companies that are making really good engagement hubs that are far less expensive. So I don't think it is completely necessary to go the highest route. And we could talk about like Trek's new, we'll talk about that later. They've lost their goddamn mind, ladies and gentlemen. They've lost their goddamn minds. All right. Leander Miller says, when are you going to Pacifica again? I have no clue. I do want to go, man, but I told you, my riding, and this is going to bridge into another question, has just been null and void. Okay. And Bikesome Jay asked, balancing work, life, play. Now, if I was to put it in any order, unfortunately, it has to go like this. It has to go life, work, play. And so, like, sometimes riding bikes gets put to the side, even for making content. Like, say, for example, you know, the work trips, obviously work is there, but my family and stuff's more important. If work was like, you have to be here or you're fired, but, you know, I had some big thing with my family, I'd be like, see ya. Like, the family is always going to be more important to me, experiences in life. I'll figure something out. It's fine. But, you know, then there's work, you know, you've got commitments because, you know, they're the ones paying you the big bucks. And then you've got, you know, work I still consider is like some of the stuff that I do here, like creating shorts and doing live streams and things like that. This is a very involved process. And so, you know, when I'm doing that, like today, for example, I might have been able to cut out on a ride, but I decided to spend some time shooting and editing and things like that. And so that oftentimes takes precedent. So unfortunately, as a content creator, as anybody in here probably is, sometimes your enjoyment gets pushed to the side. Now, luckily, I enjoy editing and shooting that stuff. So there's not like, it's not like a bad thing, but I mean, like, instead of going out riding and getting out on the trail, I'm dumping, you guys will see, I may show you some behind the scenes footage if you ask nicely, but I'm dumping dirt into a fan into my face. In case you saw my Instagram stories, it can be pretty good. Lemonade Jar says, mustaches. What's there to say? This is the greatest mustache in the business, and I don't want to argue about a goddamn thing, Lemonade, so watch it. It's Trissy? It's Trissy. Oh, I figured that out. You going to ride in Europe, she says. He says. I don't know. I could be wrong. Who knows with social media tags? It could be anything. You're going to ride Europe? I don't know that much about Europe. I would love to. I'd love to go all over the place. Just a matter of time and money, and like all those things seem to be in short supply these days. As you guys can tell with my Instagram posts, I didn't even know what day it was. Like I was like, oh, join me on the live stream, July 15th tomorrow. And it wasn't, it was the 16th. I didn't even know the date. And then I posted again, and it turns out that my alert was for like next week. So I'm totally out of it, guys. I need some rest is what I need. That's what I need more than anything. And then MTB Shay says that background photo. The background photo that I put in my Instagram post was from a place called the Pedal House in downtown Arizona. They've got rad beer, and they've got bikes all over the place. It's pretty cool. All right. Final question on Instagram, then I'm going to catch up with you guys in chat, and then we're going to dive into some other topics. JL Bryant says nutrition and trying to lose weight. I guess the best advice I can give is Brian, aka BKXC's advice, where it's like, stop drinking so much beer after rides, drink water, don't drink sodas, and then just work out. My general fitness thoughts has always been like very simple in the sense that it's like, okay, if you want to lose weight, you start eating healthier and you start exercising more. If you start with that, then you're going to be fine. And then you just got to take it from there. Exercise begets exercise. The more you do it, the better it feels. And the more like it just kind of compounds. You'll end up riding more. You'll end up exercising more. It's funny how that works, but it's very simple. You guys will probably agree. All right, let's catch up. I'm scrolling way down, guys. I know. I'm sorry I'm behind. I wanted to do that. Yeah, full face mount. Okay. Will says, I have dead cats put on a foam cover for the whole GoPro, zero wind noise. I have a Noir Matter gimbal, which does horizontal stabilization, which is also a good method for doing that. And, the one thing that lacks with the GoPro setup without the gimbal is that is very reliant in the sensor having enough light to stabilize the footage. And it does crop the footage, but it needs enough light to stabilize the footage. So if you look at somebody who is still using a gimbal, they can shoot at a buttery smooth 24 frames a second and get beautiful motion blur. Unfortunately, the GoPro with the onboard stabilization isn't going to do that. And it's also like going to just fail you in low light completely. So there's still some caveats to the software solution that, like, if I was to really get involved again, I feel like I'd kind of want to go gimbal again with shooting at 24. Some of the footage I've seen with GoPro footage at 24 frames is just, it looks so much better. It really does. And, but what are you going to do? It's another piece of gear, another battery. I don't think we're going to get to it, are we? No. Road Bogus earlier, then pizza and beers, then Calirado Kid. That's how Saturday should work, says Jeff. Yes. Thanks for jumping in. Look at Evan MTB is in here too. Look, I'm catching up with chat, guys. There's so much stuff going on. Evan MTB is a legend in the industry. He has been putting out fire. In fact, he has upped his thumbnail game to the point where it's embarrassing. Evan, I am almost to the point where I'm going to start paying you to make thumbnails for me. Okay. And that's really one of the biggest things holding me up with creating long form content again is I absolutely, and I've said it before, I absolutely hate making thumbnails. It is the worst thing in the business. I don't like making graphics, never have. And to try and convince, like every time you make a video, you got to make a book cover to your video and hopefully somebody goes, I want to read that book. Like that's what you have to do every time you make a video. It's stressful. It sucks. I just want to make funny stuff and call it a day. So we'll figure that out in the long run. Yeah, for sure. POE. How about that? I don't know what any of that means. Will says, I have the regular Onyx hubs and love them. Sweet. What is the best God things you think about MTB? Oh, I don't know what that means either. I'm catching up. This is what I get for reading chat not ahead of time. But you can't have those moments where you're just quiet. It just gets awkward. So look, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you guys what I was up to today, and then we got a lot of stuff to talk about. What are we doing here? Oh, did something happen with the live stream? Why is it telling me my timer's off? What's going on here? No, we're good. It's we're working with some new equipment. It's fine. All right, so let me tell you guys what I was up to today. Can I show you guys something? This is what we're here for. We're here for behind the scenes footage, aren't we? So look at this. Okay. I figured something out, okay? What I wanted to do, you guys could probably figure out what I was trying to do here. What I have here is a set of handlebars. Yeah, would you agree? Those are handlebars. Yeah, and what's that? That's a stem, okay? Yeah, I've discovered this recently. I'm learning mountain bike terminology, okay? So if you guys are here visually, you're getting one hell of a treat. If you guys are listening to the podcast, which I'll load up later, I apologize in advance. But what I am doing is holding up a pair of handlebars in a very glorious fashion, giving you all the depth of field in the world. Look at this. Look at how good the Sony camera is. It will still lock onto my face. So I really have to cover my face. Watch this. As soon as it's there, boom, immediately. I love it. Now, what I have done is, what is this? What is that? Anybody have any clue in chat? Bueller? Yeah, I have figured out how to make this work. Okay. And it's going to produce one of the finest reels in the reels game. Okay, watch this. Okay, wait, hold on. This could end terribly bad. Okay, for chat, you guys are going to hear this. It's going to be extremely loud. Oh, dear God. Look, it worked better earlier. All right, look, I beat the hell out of this thing, but I have come up with an ingenious solution to a problem. All right, so that's one of the things I was working on today, and it's completely falling apart now. Yeah, it was at a limited shelf life, so I'm not going to be selling that product anytime soon. But maybe that's a prototype Calirado Kid handlebar and massage gun setup. Okay, for you guys in there. Yeah, I completed a reel and I was working on some bunch of hijinks today. I was out shoveling dirt in the backyard and just a bunch of other stuff. It gets ridiculous, doesn't it? It gets ridiculous real fast. What can you do? What can you do? I mean, that's what we got to do. What else can you do? All right. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is this is something I've been waiting to shoot for a while. I had the idea and sorry, I was asking you what the best thing you like about your bike. MTB Trail, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to get in this story first and then we're going to talk about that. So this reel that I shot today was something that I've been wanting to shoot for a while, but with the travel and all that stuff, it's been hard to shoot. And I was waiting on some gear because one of the things we talked about in previous live streams and Instagram social media posts and stuff like that is there is a helmet. I've been looking for a helmet company, honestly, guys. And sometimes what it takes is for someone to reach out to me. And that's what happened here. So I want to show you guys what I got in the mail. And this is going to be new for me. And this is what I'm going to be repping from now on, because honestly, like, I'm going to tell you my dissatisfaction with Bell, I've been rocking that helmet forever. Imagine how many millions and millions of views they've got off the stuff that I've done. Not once liked it, shared it, nothing. I want a company that's going to appreciate it. So that's what I got. All right. So you guys want to check it out. All right, let's jump right in here. Come on. I'm going to show you. I told you guys, if you guys were paying attention on Instagram, that I got a big package in the mail. And it's a big box, so get your mind out of the gutter, okay? Everybody got a little bit crazy, okay? So this is what we're going to do. All right, hold on. Stand by. We're coming over here. All right. I'll bring the box to you guys, okay? I'll bring the box to you. Okay, here we go. So, what we've got. Okay, stand by. Holy crap. Oh, it's so big. I don't have anywhere to put this thing. Why didn't you guys tell me? All right, hold on. What I should do, what I should have done is just taking each thing out individually, but that's not what I'm going to do, is it? All right, so here we're here. Okay, look at this. We're gorgeous. All right, we got a box of goodies, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good old-fashioned Calirado Kid unboxing. All right, so here we go. We're going to jump right in. All right, here is it. It's an unboxing day. All right, so first things first, I'm not going to lie. I had to use this to shoot this reel today, and you guys are going to see it in action, and boy, oh boy, was the paint job on this thing better than I thought. So when I originally bought the Bell helmet, the photograph on the website was like, it looked to me like orange and black, which was a color scheme I could get on board with. But when I got it, it was like light red and black. I was never a fan of that, honestly. I'll be completely honest with you. So I was a little hesitant. But guess what this is? All right. And you guys haven't guessed this already. If you look at the name of the live stream, you probably figured it out. Look at this thing. So this is, here it is. I believe this is the Giro Insurgent. Okay. And I could be wrong. I got the box over there. There's a couple different things in here. But I really do dig this color scheme. And I've seen it in person. It is gorgeous. This blue, white, black kind of like motif here. Black on the top. It almost reminds me of my Mustang. I used to have a blue Mustang, and I had a matte black hood. So it kind of reminds me of that, honestly. And maybe I'm biased because, like, I think blue is probably my favorite color. All the Mustangs I've had have been blue and ever since I bought them. So that's something I don't have any anymore because I got kids, so I can't have Mustangs anymore. But here we go. So there you go. Giro. That's it. Spokesman. That's not true, is it? Is that really true? Well, at least they like me. All right. Anyways. So then, here we go. These match the helmet, which is pretty rad. Okay, we're just jumping in. Everything's fine. Look at this. So they match. Okay, we're just doing a little unboxing. It's fine. Don't leave. Then what I discovered is... Okay, check this out. The carbon helmet. This is the, wait a minute. I can't remember the name of anything. This is the Montaro. So it's kind of like an updated version of an older helmet. I do like this color scheme as well, which is more like a gray and white, which I think is pretty sick. That suits me better than red, for sure. So this is like the Montaro, which is kind of like, all right, and I'm not just showing you this because I'm trying to figure it out as we go too, okay? So these are a couple of things that I got in. And then, stand by. It's getting messy. No, everything's fine. Everything's under control. Don't worry. Look, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Now, this is the one I was hesitant on because I did some research and I discovered this thing. Okay, hold on. All right, stand by. And I discovered this thing, and they were like, we can send you this one, which is the Manifest. And And like some people are saying the design cues were a little odd, but then I got my eyes on it and I actually do dig it, guys. I'm not saying this like to be whatever, but I think it's cool. Anyways, there's something interesting about this design. Stand by. So what you've got here, this is the manifest, right? Yeah. So this is like the newest big dog. Again, I'm learning with you guys as we speak, as I'm looking at the names of the boxes. So they were like, we can send you a manifest too. The thing that I think is interesting about this, if I can actually get it on camera, is look at this. The top and the bottom move independently. You guys see that? Like, how rad is that? Like, I thought that was pretty interesting. So I think some people were a little maybe put off by the design cues, but I dig that. I don't know how, like, if you're talking about like safety, that's pretty interesting. So if you guys are listening audio-wise, what you're going to see is like the top of the helmet moves independently of the bottom helmet. So I think that's rad. I don't know. But again, I like these color schemes. They're not too crazy. You know what I mean? That's more my style. So I'm digging that. And I don't know. I think it was pretty cool. I like, how practical is it? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I think they look good. And that's what I'm stoked on. Is they look good. So we got some stuff coming in. And then, actually, I kind of like this beanie too. Okay, guys? All right, stand by. There you go. Okay, little beanie. Anyways, I thought I'd share that with you guys. I think it's cool. All right, stand by. Oh, my God. It's actually kind of heavy. So, all right. So I thought that was interesting. So the fact that they reached out, and reached out via social media. Yeah, there it is. Jasper's in here. Is Jasper in here? Everybody's confirming down below. See, I never claimed to be smart, all right? That's not what you come here for, okay? You come here for pure entertainment value, don't you, ladies and gentlemen? So the bottom line is you're going to start seeing those being repped on my videos instead. So they reached out. I believe, it was the name Jasper who reached out on social media. I don't think that's him. No way. But anyways, that is awesome. So I shot a reel today with that full face, and I got and the only downside, it was like 102 out while I was shooting it. I couldn't stop sweating because I was wearing pants because it was like a bike park video, and then I was with the full face on. It was hot. It was mighty hot, ladies and gentlemen. But I think the reel is worth it, and there's going to be just tons more. But I like those color schemes a lot. They look nice. It looks good, and I'm stoked on it. So those are going on. I got the box back there. Giro's jumping on board. It's crazy, but I think that's pretty interesting. I thought it was I wanted to show you guys. That's pretty cool. All right. Anyways. Yes, it is. All right. There we go. Remember me from the popcorn vid? Might need some moisturizer. Oh my God. Yeah. You guys eating your chamois buddy popcorn? You guys watch any movies lately with some chamois butter popcorn? That's kind of the best. You know what's fascinating to me is that like I've been able to not convince, but like I think a lot of people have watched that. Like over 100,000 people have watched me eat popcorn out of my pants. Like talk about influence. I'll take it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Knee pads and elbow pads. I got a bunch of new knee pads. I actually was out in Downeyville, and we did a backcountry adventure ride. I think I told you guys about this, right? I did a backcountry adventure ride on e-bikes again. And some of the stuff we were riding through was just absolutely covered in poison oak. So when we got done with the ride, the knee pads that I was wearing, I tossed them to the side. I didn't have an opportunity to clean them. And I was like, I cannot wear these knee pads tomorrow. It's just no way. So I went down to the shop and bought new knee pads. So I've got technically 2 sets of knee pads. One of them is not Crank Brothers. What is anyways, I got knee pads, then I had to buy a pair of Fox ones, which don't have the shin guards, which is actually a little bit cooler looking, a little bit lighter and stuff like that. So now I have 2 pairs of knee pads, and I do have almost brand new elbow pads because I never wear them. Even when I go to the bike park, I should wear them at the bike park, but I should have worn them when I did this. Okay. It's been surprising as a side note, like how many people think that, that short of me crashing and having the gash on my arm, they think it, like, a lot of them think it's fake, because I've had several people be like, oh man, like whatever. And then I was like, no, that was a real crash. And like, holy crap. Like it's properly scarred, guys. Like it's like that. It's like that now. So it's, you'd be surprised. And there's also so many people that have jumped into that video that have been like, hey, I don't know if they'd be like this. Hey, I don't know if you know this, but those 2 guys, I think they're the same guy. Like they had to put, I don't know if they're being funny but it's like one of the top comments that I get on that video on YouTube is like, you could see the other guy has a scar too, or like his cut. I'm like, yeah, I know they're obviously me. I don't know what profound like level of I don't know what conclusion they've come to here, but it's it's something that has happened. Anyway, spokesman's jumping in with a 99 cents. Lucky, look at you, man. Where is you? Are you in Durango? Wow. Does the company send you MTB trails? Does the company send you those for free or you have to pay for them? No, they sent all this stuff to me. So it was a partnership that I needed because I wanted to get some new helmets in the stable. And I also wanted to work with someone that appreciated it, and it worked out well. So I'm stoked on that. We kind of came to an understanding, and I was like, dude, it's going to be in everything. Like, really? Because I can rep almost every video I have a helmet in it. So it's like, you know, millions and millions and millions of views. Like, it's cool. And it's like a great opportunity to have new stuff in the stable, and that full face is sick. So there you go. That's it. Yeah, I know. Okay, there was another question I want to make sure I get to you, MTB Trail, before I move on, because I know you asked a question. I told you I would get back to it. He says, what's the best thing you like about your bike? The best thing I like about my bike, what can I say? I like that. That's a good question. I don't know, like component wise, I would say the best thing I like metaphorically or like symbolistically, sibilance. I would say that the fact that the bike itself gets me to adventure, I love that. But if it's like a best component thing, I would say probably the Onyx hubs, because when I first went and rode on those things, it was like I went to a trail called Trail 8, I believe, out in Sly Park. And it was basically like pine trees and everything, just very quiet. And I rode by myself. And I remember getting on the trail and having those silent hubs. And it felt like a very different riding experience that I was used to. Like normally you're like, okay, you get the point. But like then you would go on a ride and be like, all you'd hear was like trail noise. And it was to the point where it was like scary, because at any moment I could come around a corner and there'd be a hiker and they wouldn't even know I was coming, right? So it's so quiet that it was like I felt like I was floating through nature, okay? Just floating right through. I've probably since become accustomed to it. I do really like the quietness of it all. And then when I go on rides with other people and their noisy ass i9s and all that stuff, it's like, I got to fall behind it. I'm like, well, at least we don't need a bell. So I do like those a lot. Overall, I like just the bike feels good. I think at some point it'd be nice to maybe have like a coaching setup session to like maybe point out all the things that I've got set up wrong. I will say, I think I got to trim the handlebars down about like 10 mil on each side. So 20 mil total. So I think I'm at 800. I probably need to bring it to 780 and then maybe bring it in 760. I got to start fine tuning that a little bit. And you guys may be able to, help me out on trimming carbon handlebars, because my first instinct is to basically take a bandsaw and just cut right through it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? But I'm sure there's some sort of methodology to chopping off carbon bars. I don't know. I've never had carbon bars before, so what are you going to do? So that is a question I have. Anyways, we can play around with that. One thing I noticed, by the way, as a side note, this camera is cropped a little bit because I left there's actually a stabilization feature built into the camera. And it's cropped a little bit. The fact that I could notice that's impressive. That's how good of a videographer, cameraman, creator I am. All right, that's what it is. That's how goddamn good I am. There's the noise gate coming in. Yeah, right there, the compressor. Whoa, baby. Chase Pest for you donated $19.99. I'm gonna call that $20, Chase. He says, always good content with a slap of good humor. Man, thank you. I appreciate it. I've been having a lot of fun with the short form content. I will give you guys, it's funny because you never know what's going to hit or what's going to whatever. So you just make it. And the best part about shorts is that, you know, it's like my brain on a piece of paper. Like you can just come up with an idea, shoot it, edit it, get it out as soon as possible, move on to the next one. And it's been fun because of that. The one that I put out last time, which was last week, and I've been meaning to do more, but like I said, I've been traveling for work. But the one that I put out last week, which was interpreting mountain bikers, right? Like how to understand how mountain bikers speak. That one went crazy on YouTube for some reason. No clue why. It just went to like 250,000 within a week. Who knows why? The algorithm, whatnot, titling, maybe just clicked. I don't know. A lot of the times they'll start off real slow. They'll do like 5,000 and then whatever and slowly grow. This one just took off. No clue why. I wish I understood it, other than it's cool to create fun stuff that people like. What can you do? I mean, that's cool. Anyways, I think it's interesting. How to prevent getting scratches underneath clothes from a crash? Man, it's almost impossible, isn't it? Unless they could produce some sort of Kevlar clothing line, which could be funny, by the way. But like even when this crashed, when I went down like this, it cut into my shirt and stuff too. So I've actually got like a bit of a scar on the chest and stuff like that. So luckily, not like some of these guys that are breaking collarbones and things like that. I've had it easy, very easy when it comes to biking injuries. Like this is probably the worst that I've gotten. That wasn't even a very bad crash so much as it was like road rash more than anything, right? When you slip into the gravel and you slide through. So I've been lucky thus far, but I also don't like, I do ride double black, like chunky stuff like that, but I'm not doing jumps all the time. So I think like in general, the jump stuff is insanely dangerous. I feel like the majority of collarbone injuries and stuff like that ends up coming from the guys that are doing jumps at bike parks and other things like that. Cause those guys are just sheer shredders, man. And they're taking really big chances. And so it's cool to watch. It's crazy because they're always pushing their limits. And then that's when it just that stuff's just terrifying to see. So one day I'll get to some minimal amounts of jump stuff, but I just like, again, out here, I just don't go do jumps a lot because when I want to go on a ride, I want to go on a ride. So it's very different. So luckily my injuries have been like less severe, which has been nice, but you never know. And then, you get injured on a ride like this when you go and you're just doing something casual, right? It's like those moments where you just go, I'm just out for a good casual ride. You just don't take it seriously. And that's when you go down. Meanwhile, you can go ride Sedona, the gnarliest stuff in Sedona, and not crash at all. And you're hauling ass down there. So, I mean, yeah, when you're on your game, you're less likely to crash. When you get complacent is when you go down. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Would you guys agree to that? I would say so. There you go. Will says hacksaw works fine to cut carbon or a Dremel. Okay, so there's nothing scientific about it. All right, there you go. Justin Drake says tried to ride at Salmon Falls, gave up. Why, Justin? Was it too hot? I'm guessing so. Yeah, it was too hot today. It's insane, man. You gotta, and here's a little secret, Justin. So the best part about Salmon Falls is riding in the evening, the late evening. Like right now, don't go right now because I'm live. Okay, so sit down in your seat and get entertained. All right, but the best time to go ride Salmon Falls is like late evening. So get out there like 6 o'clock, 6:30, and go for like a chase the sun type of ride. There will be nobody out there. Okay. You might have to run away from mosquitoes anytime you stop, but there will be nobody out there. I guarantee you. It is serene as hell. It's really nice to get out there. And that is one of my favorite rides to do is just quiet. Like there's just nobody out. You got the whole place to yourself. You're right along the lake. Baby. Is it a good ride? I'm telling you right now, that is the fun one. It's you just got to get out there. And I versus the morning, because the morning, all the overachieving hikers are out there. Okay. We don't want none of that. All right, we want the evening where we're basically the underachievers, and we go out and ride at night. That's what I do. I don't want to sleep in the morning. I got to make a cup of coffee. I got to go sit on the porch to my radio shack right here and yell at the neighborhood kids from across the fence. That's what we got to do, and then I go ride at night. It makes it a lot easier. Whoa. Spokesman's coming in again with 99 cents. He's just making it rain out here. Spokesman, I think he's in Durango. Yeah, I should pay more attention. He's traveling. He's a globe-trotting traveler. One day I got to make it out to Durango. I need to make it back out to Colorado for sure. Will says, Spokesman acting like we're at a strip club. Yeah, 100% he is. Brian Curtis, thank you, brother, for the $4.99 donation, $5. I'm calling rounding it up to $5. Thank you, Brian Curtis. Didn't even say anything. So if he says anything in chat, I'll make sure I relay it along. Dude, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you guys being here and spending time with me on a Saturday night. There's a lot of fun hijinks to talk about. We could talk mountain biking stuff. You guys got any questions about mountain bikes, any places to ride? I'm going to tell you guys about my travel plans coming up because things have been going bonkers lately, and I've been wanting to get somewhere cooler, and I'm hoping that where I'm going is cooler. I've done zero research into this, so you guys can talk me through at any moment. We're going to jump right in. So here's the deal. I've discovered, and this is my whole month is screwed up. Everything's screwed up. So here's what's going to happen. I've discovered I got to go on a work trip to Seattle in August. So it's essentially going to be like August 1st through 5th, come back for the weekend, maybe, and then go back up to Seattle for that following week, which, you guys can look at a calendar. I should just bring it up. But, and so I'm going to end up going up to Seattle for a couple weeks from work. Now, if it's anything like the Arizona trip, which is going to be, it's going to be like just nonstop. So I'm going to be exhausted. I'm not going to have a lot of time to produce anything, unfortunately. So it's hard because it like puts everything on a halt. And so it's like a month of that with Phoenix and with Seattle coming up. It's really going to just put a kibosh on all the cool stuff that I've wanting to do. But that's okay. We're going to make it work. I'm going to try to film stuff ahead of time. If I can, we'll make it happen. So anyways, then if I'm already up in Seattle, I was already planning, the wife and kids are going to be going to Mexico. And I was like, what if I went up to like Bellingham and hung out with Josh, daily MTB rider? I hit him up. He was like, yeah, absolutely. Also turns out there's another content creator. His name is Dustin Klein. If you guys don't know who Dustin Klein is, boy, oh boy, is he creative as hell, man. Really good. I've been following him for quite a while. And I always, in fact, if you look back at my Pacifica video, there's a couple shots in that video that is basically me just like mimicking Dustin Klein. That video is a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years. It's been a while. So I've been following him for a while. Guy is creative as hell, really fun, ingenious. Anyways, Dustin Klein is a great creator, and I found out he's up in Washington too. So I may be able to go up there and do some collaborations and ride with some people that I don't get to ride with very often. I've never hung out with Dustin. I've hung out with Josh in Sedona, but like never in his home turf. So maybe we're talking riding like, what do you call that? Pacific Northwest, the PNW. And then there's a possibility, if I'm already up there, maybe I cross on up into Canada and go into Vancouver and then up through Squamish and stuff. But I don't know how much time I have. So there's a possibility. However, the bottom line is I may be riding some Pacific Northwest stuff very soon. And that's got me stoked because I want to get into some greenery. I want maximum greenitude is what I want. Because out here, it's dry as hell. And if you fart in the field, you're going to start a forest fire, okay? We're already in fire season in California. Let's take it easy. We don't need it anymore, okay? All right, there you go. All right, here we go. Try ice in your water bottle and pack, says Octodad. How about that? Okay, who else is in here? Jeff is in here. Beast Baby 4856. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest. I'm excited. Yeah, which one was your first MTB? So it says MTB trail. So the first mountain bike I ever got, it wasn't the first, well, if we were to take it way, way back, I don't even remember the bike that it was, but I got, like, it was a Specialized hardtail. I remember it was yellow and black. And it was just, I never took care of that thing. I would just go for rides, but I never did like what I would define as mountain biking now. At the time, like I would just go cruise on dirt or whatever. I mean, I would ride stuff, but I was never into like trail forks and managing trails and really involved in mountain biking. So that was kind of, I would say my first like real mountain bike that I really got into the sport of mountain biking was the Santa Cruz Bronson. And the reason why, and I've told this story before, the reason why I got a Santa Cruz Bronson is because my buddy Brian, BKC, had a Bronson at the time. I didn't know anything about bikes. I was like, well, that's a bike. That's good because he has it. So I got a used Santa Cruz Bronson. I showed up. The guy looked at me like a complete buffoon. I had no clue what I was doing. I had like $2,600 in cash. And we met up and I was like, he's like, here you go. I was like, well, it seems cool. I don't know anything about the bike. And he goes, oh, it doesn't come with pedals. I was like, huh? How are you supposed to ride the bike? And so I got that, and that was my first bike for about 6 months or whatever until I got the Yeti, and I've had the Yeti ever since. I am the most underachieving content creator in history. Every other content creator has 70,000 bikes by now. I've had one that I've owned, two that I've owned in the history of my bikedom. And I've ridden a bunch of other bikes, but I've been rocking the Yeti since 2018, and it seems to do me just fine until I line up some crazy fancy... Dustin Klein's important. Unless I line up some crazy sponsorship with a bike company or whatever. But it's just not a priority for me. I don't mind. Like it's just another mouth to feed kind of. What are you gonna say? Like the bottom line is like this bike works fine. It's been fine. But one day I'm gonna partner with a company that appreciates me, right? Versus like Yeti, who again, we bring this up again, millions of views. Yeti has not once shared or liked one of my videos. You know what I mean? Like versus like maybe I can find a smaller company. I've talked about the possibility of Revel, Gorilla Gravity, things like that. Maybe some smaller company that's like stoked that I'm creating content for them. So it's just not that high up on the list because my bike works at the moment. So having more bikes wouldn't really make me happier. It doesn't make me happier. Like I just want to go ride. I like hanging out with people. I'm easy. I'm just easy. Right? I'm just an easy guy. I just like to raid bikes. The Frog Cheese says, hey, I'm a beginner and I'd like to know the best way to improve. Any good things to do? Now, I'm willing to bet that chat could chime in on this as well. But the biggest thing you could do as a beginner is don't get in over your head. Once you've got you can make sure the bike is sized right for you. Because if you're riding a bike that's not sized right, like that's hard because you're fighting against it. If you've got an adequate bike and you're just jumping into the sport, you're halfway there if you've got a good bike. I'm not saying you have to spend a lot on a bike, just a bike that fits you. That's all. It doesn't have to be it could be a hardtail, whatever else. Then do some research and get on some like adequate trails. Like Trail Forks is really good about trail ratings, and then also like people rating the trails. So you've got your greens, blues, and all that stuff. Great. Find trails that are rated highly, like lots of good votes for them, and go check out some easy trails to get started. Don't get in over your head. Always pack more water and more food than you think you're going to need when you start, until you start to understand how much you're going through. That's important. And then slowly you can look at like meetup groups or Facebook groups and things like that in your local area. And if you can find that and start meeting people, then the sport gets a lot funner. Okay. Because when I first got into mountain biking, like I didn't know anybody, and believe it or not, I didn't. Like, so I was out riding by myself all the time until I eventually started finding core groups of people to ride around with in Northern California. And then you start to develop friendships, because then you know somebody here, you know somebody there, then you go on group rides, you meet more people, and the sport is like exponential once you do that. Another way to like meet a lot of people is to go to mountain bike festivals and ride with people and do group rides there. Those are fun. You meet people all across the country. Like if you're like, if you see somebody local in your area, they're on some social media or whatever, that's where, then you can develop relationships that way too. A lot of people like hit me up. If they like message me, then I'm more likely to engage with them versus like a thumbs up, So if they say, hey, like, how did you get that? And like, then that's a question. If I can respond to it, I'll respond to it. But as a beginner rider, I really do think like just getting out there, finding trails that aren't in over your head. Like, don't go ride double black diamonds if you're just getting into mountain biking, but find some nice trails, get familiar with the bike, get comfortable on it, and then start tackling some gnarlier stuff. And a lot of times, if you've got some cool people to ride with by then, they're going to bring you in and they're going to shepherd you through, like, hey, let me guide you through the lines. Let me give you some tips. And that's where it really starts to blossom. I think the sport in general is very much a social sport in that regard. I like riding by myself a lot, but it's fun when you go on group rides. It's a different experience for sure. I that's what I would say, at least. And anybody in chat's probably got better advice than I do. I'm willing to bet. Yep. MTB and Adventure says ride a pump track if there's one nearby. That's a good point too, because that develops the whole core set of muscles, like in your upper body, lower body. If you can find a pump track, a bike park where you can get repetition, again, another good chance to meet people too, because you're always running dual slalom courses and things like that. So there's a lot of ways to just start hanging out with people, and that's one of them too. But riding pump tracks is really good for getting more comfortable on the bike. Go watch a bunch of YouTube videos on how to corner and how to jump, I guess, is like really like some of the primary things you would need as well. But there you go. Yes, cheap Chase Pest for You says, come on, Yeti. I know. They don't care about me. They care about racers. That's all they care about. They don't care about hijinks. So imagine, if you will, and that's why I'm stoked to have Giro on board. Imagine, if you will, a company like Bell that never once shared or liked any of my posts is in literally millions of views, like millions and millions of views. Don't care. I was like, hey, a company cares, and I need this, and let's go. So that worked out really well, and that's going to be a good partnership for sure. If I haven't mentioned already, you guys know this already. I'm partnered with Jeff and Jared and the crew over at Worldwide Cyclery. So if it's something you're stoked to do and you want to support the channel, I've got an affiliate link down below. It's funny that, like, again, they cut off the little affiliate part. So if you were to click it, it would just take you to the normal site, and it wouldn't like be my affiliate site. But I would get a percentage of the sale if you actually use the full affiliate link. And that's basically, there's not a lot of revenue streams coming in on this because I'm dumb. Like, I just need to start doing other stuff, but that's never been my specialty. I'm just funny. All right. Oh my God. Now, I thought about giving you guys some behind the scenes on what I was working on today, but I got to figure out how to do it because I didn't load the footage over here. All right. We're going to scroll down. We're going to catch up on chat. Spokesman still throwing out dollar bills like a strip club in here. Unbelievable. SoCal MTB Adventures jumping in saying, sorry we're late. It's okay. You guys are here now, and that's what matters. That's all that matters. Yes. Okay. That Frog Cheese has a follow-up, says, I'm starting on a giant hardtail too. Also, I have pump track by my house about 500 feet down the road. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, that is a great starting point. And again, hopefully there's not something that deters you from the sport. I find that the majority of people that I've met or ridden with have been very cool. Very cool. Very shepherding towards the sport. I try to do that myself, and I think a lot of people in chat are the same way, in the sense that, like, if you meet somebody that obviously is new on the trail, I always, like, I'll pull aside and be like, hey, how's it going, man? How you doing? Like, and I'll start a conversation. I'll say, hey, like, have you ridden out here before? Like, do you need me to show you some trails? Like, and if it's a young woman, she just bolts for the door. But if it's a younger guy, he's like, oh, sick, so it's a very different reaction. I don't know why when the younger ladies see this rolling right up, they just take off as fast as possible. But they beat their Strava times, and they probably got KOMs that day. So good for them. Good for them. Tim is coming in with a $4.99 donation. Thank you, sir. He's giving me an old clap. Wait, Tim gave me the clap. Is that what I just said? We might have to I'll fix it in post. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. All right. Octodad is in here too. Octodad, I answered some of your questions earlier. It was pretty rad. He says, anyone using those mini handlebar ends to protect your pinky, finger, and wrist? Don't know anything about that, Octodad. But there was another question that I had on Instagram that I forgot to mention, by the way, somebody was asking about gravel bikes. And what I think is interesting about gravel bikes, okay, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong here, but like I had this idea for a skit or like something funny about this because like the idea is like, okay, so you go to a bike shop and the bike shop guy's like, all right, and I may have mentioned this before, but the bike shop guy's like, all right, you walk into a bike shop, you don't know what to expect. You've never ridden a bike, whatever. He's like, I'm getting into the sport. My buddies are all into it. I'm totally stoked on it. I just need a bike that can do like everything. And so the guy's like, okay, well, what you want is you want a good amount of travel. You don't necessarily need an enduro bike. You want more of a trail bike. You don't need an XC bike. By this point, the guy's already checked out, right? Let's be honest. But realistically, like you got 140, 160 or like, that's a good all around bike, right? Like anyways, so all this process, like, oh, okay. Then you find out it's like $8,000 or whatever. Like that's a sticker shock. And then you're like, well, okay, look, here's the justification. All right, fair enough. It's going to be $8,000, but it's going to be able to ride anything I want to ride. And I'm good with it. It'll last me forever. Right. All kidding aside. And then you, as you're walking out the door, somebody comes by and goes, hey man, like you want to go on a gravel ride? It's like, dude, I just got this new bike. I would love to. He's like, no. You need to buy a gravel bike. You know what I mean? Like what does a gravel bike do that a mountain bike doesn't? It goes faster on dirt. Like what have we done to ourselves? What have we done to ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, where we need new bikes to go slightly faster on the stuff that our current bikes can ride? What have we done to ourselves? Are we losing our goddamn minds? All right. Speaking of which, has the industry lost its goddamn mind? All right, let's talk about bike prices. What is this I hear about Trek unveiling a new e-bike? Can anybody tell me the sticker price on this thing? All right. I had somebody send me, I don't know why I'm holding this pen. I like the contrast of the orange. It looks nice. It's like I'm proving a point with the pen. What is the price on this new Trek bike? Somebody sent me a screenshot, and it is getting absurd out there, ladies and gentlemen. It is getting well beyond absurd. I think we've gone down a rabbit hole that we're never going to get out of, okay? Was it $14,000 for a Trek? Can anybody confirm this? Please, dear God, all right, in chat, because this is what I'm here to say to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the person that sent me this, I was like, look, I'm going to guarantee you right now, never, ever in my life am I going to spend that on a bike. And then now what you've done, okay, now, like, hold on, I'm going to stand up. Look, now what you've done, all right, now what you've done, let's go back to this camera, all right? Now what you've done is you have created this whole environment where motorcycle riders can give us crap because our mountain bikes cost less than their motorcycles. And that's what really pisses me off, all right? It's not the fact that the bikes cost a ton of money, because it is. It's just crazy enough already. But more importantly, every single thing that we do now, some moto guy is going to come in and be like, I could have got a YZ 7000 for about 8,500. Damn it. No, you don't give people an excuse to talk crap about you, all right? You get the prices back down. Let's get them under control. We don't need to be making fun of moto guys, okay? They already give me enough crap, okay? What they do is they're already mad that I call myself a biker, all right? Motorcyclists are totally pissed off that whenever I put biker in a reel or a short or whatever else, they're like, oh, you're a cyclist. Oh, you're a cyclist. Shut up. That's not true. You don't call me a mountain cyclist, right? You call us mountain bikers. Am I right? Okay, I may have got a little, sorry. I got a little irate. Sorry about that. Okay, let me just sit down. You guys know what I'm talking about. I know you agree. I know you agree. Look, yeah, I mean, like, let's be honest here, guys. The pricing's ridiculous. The mountain bike industry's lost its mind. I was like, look, I really, like, here's what I said. It was Cure Cycling that brought this up. Cure Cycling mentioned it. We were chatting on the old IG. It's the old Instagram for you cool kids. And anyway, so he messages me and he sends me the price of this bike or whatever. And I was like, look, I guarantee you I'm never, ever going to spend that much money on a bike. Not once. I was like, the most I will spend is maybe $4 or $5 grand. That's the most. And then I'll spend like $6,000 in upgrades. But I digress. That's the foolish thing that we do, isn't it? Like, okay, so no, that's not true. Okay, the pricing structure went like this. All right, so the Yeti was about $4,000 when I bought it. Okay, it was on year-end clearance because the new models were coming out, the 130s, the 150s. It's, again, still not knowing a lot about bikes. I ordered it, like, I think I went through some website and I got it. It got delivered. I put it together myself. Believe it or not, it was like $4,000. But then I upgraded the wheels, and then I upgraded the axis, the wireless axis, and I got the different dropper, and then I got new handlebars from Trail 1, and the grips and the stems from Trail 1, and then I got it's just a lot. It's a lot to handle, okay? And let's get back to the point, all right? Has anybody confirmed the Trek pricing? Because it's stupid. I just want to go on. Has anybody bought that bike? Because if so, sorry for making fun of you. But then, like, here's another thing in the mountain bike industry that could really set me off, but it's not gonna, because I got it under control. Everything's fine. But the whole Yeti stigma now is null and void. It's completely pointless now, and it's just sticking around for no reason whatsoever. Can I give you an example? At one point, Yetis were more expensive than other bikes, but now every bike is very expensive. Like, it doesn't matter. Okay, there's gems that are out there like the Ritmo AF and the Ripley AF and some of the other stuff. Somebody says something about Polygon Cisco or something like that. I don't know anything about it. I know the Ripley AF is one hell of a bike for the price. Okay, that's like anybody who says like a budget bike, that's what I would think. But I don't know all the bike models. There's bike companies out there I didn't even know existed. That's a thing. You can just make bikes. I didn't know that. Now there's a lot of them. So there's a lot of rad stuff out there. I think the benefit is, and I've said this before, is that there is very few bad bikes now. Like, the majority of the bikes you're going to ride are pretty sick. So what you're going for is, one, you're going for, looks. You want the looks, and there's certain features that you might want. But like in general, if you're riding a modern mountain bike, it's probably going to be pretty badass, as my buddy Aaron would say, MTB and Adventures. He's coined the term badass, and I can't disagree with him, or I can't agree with him more. Oh God. Here goes. The old man MTB has confirmed. Wait, I feel like, okay, we're going to do this. This is the perfect opportunity. The old man MTB has confirmed the high-end Trek Fuel EXE 9.9 XX1X is coming in at a price of $13,999.99. Absolutely absurd. Are you kidding me? $14,000. The motorcycle guys are just laughing right in our face, guys. Are you going to take that? Look, I'm willing to bet if the equestrians knew this, all right, they'd be picking up their horse's poop. Okay, that's how crazy it would get. Because the horse probably costs less than that at this point. We should all just go get horses. They're full suspension. You don't have to add oil to their suspension. You just gotta let them poop all over our mountain bike trails all the time. Wow. There's a lot of that, isn't there? Okay, sorry. Anyways, spokesman MTB says that Walmart bike the Seth found was complete crap. Wasn't complete crap. Okay, bikes are getting better. And that's good. I think it's going to take content creators like Joe from Trail Features and some of these other guys to start holding companies accountable for their crappy stuff. Like even the crashing dad who just jumped in, Shane. You missed my rant, Shane. It was really good. I got to send it to you later. I thought it was pretty good. But anyways, there's going to take guys like that holding these companies accountable for budget bikes and say, hey, look, there is a way to make these good, and here's how you do it. But when you make something crappy, we're going to let everybody know about it. And so when companies can make affordable bikes, I am 100,000 million %. Like the Hubble, the new, not Hubble, with the new NASA scope thing. What the hell is that? The one that's in space? That's the times magnification that lens has. That's how much I am behind the magnification of affordable bikes. Okay, that didn't make any sense. But what I'm saying, you guys know what I'm trying to say. The point is, I want there to be bikes that people can not break the bank to get into this sport. The more cool people that are into the sport, I think anybody in this chat would agree, it's the greatest sport in the world. I absolutely love it. So going out on rides is one of the best things I could possibly do. So when you're talking about getting people in, that's great. Now, whether they stick with it is a different story, right? That's fine. But at the end of the day, if you can get them an affordable way in to check it out and they go, this is the best. Then maybe they'll buy a really high-end bike later. But you don't need a high-end bike to start. You don't know what you're doing. Like, who was it in here earlier? Sorry, he was asking questions like basically like, yeah, if you're a beginner rider, you just need something basic and find out you like it, find some friends to ride with, and then eventually you can go, all right, I really do like this. Then I'm going to go in and jump right in. I'm going to dive into the deep end and spend $14,000 on a high-end Trek Fuel EXE 9.9 XX1 Access, $13,999. Dear God, we've gone too far. Oh my God. Thank you guys for confirming that, because it just, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know what to do anymore. What am I going to do? Am I going to be the one that will never have a bike sponsorship because I don't want to sugarcoat nothing? Okay. Because I don't. I think we lost our mind. There he is. MTB and Adventure says that's badass. Yeah. I love me some Aaron. I want to get out to Everstoke so bad. I've been traveling so much. I had to see family. We were with family yesterday, today and stuff. And man, I used to have spare time. I don't know what happened to it all. Maybe it's time for motorcycles to crashing down. That's what Kyle has done. That's probably what he's doing right now instead of being here during my live stream. That's why. What is he doing? Unprofessional Kyle should be watching this live stream and commenting. He's probably out riding his motorcycle, getting ready for his cross-country adventure. Son of a bitch. What are you going to do? Save a bicycle, ride a horse. There you go. Yep, exactly. The James Webb Telescope. That's it. That's it. Those photos are incredible. One of the things, okay, we're going to go on a slight tangent real quick. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Brian BKXC, that's the third name drop tonight if you're counting. I get 4 total, and then I'm cut off from naming Brian. So, wait, that doesn't count. I didn't say BK. Damn it. That's 4. All right, well, I'm cut off. But, like, the point I was trying to make is we were doing a live stream, and he was, like, talking about space. And I was like, I'm not that impressed with space anymore. Or I don't even know. Him and I were talking about it. I was like, I'm not that impressed. He's like, what? I was like, space to me when I was growing up was mind-bogglingly cool, like, and amazing and all that stuff. But, like, in our lifetime, we're never going to see anything that's, like, mind-blowing anymore because, like, we don't have the scientific know-how to get us, like, the achievements we've had in the last 20 years are amazing. But it's also like, here's a picture of a rock on Mars. Like, once you see it, it's not like, oh, that's another planet. You're like, oh, man, it just doesn't set in anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, like, your mind doesn't really compute. It's not like, okay, yeah, wow, another planet. You're like, oh, there's a picture of some rocks. Like, it's just, it's so funny how human beings in general become used to a thing so fast or forget about a thing so fast. Always happens. Always happens. There you go. Yeah, they released a few pictures. That Frog Cheese from the web thing. Yeah, it's really cool. Absolutely really cool. Brian Curtis says Santa Cruz EMTB Heckler CC XO. Wait a minute, hold on. The Santa Cruz EMTB Heckler CC XO1 Axis is coming in at $14,249.99. Oh, dear God. Yeah, we've gone too far. Look, and like now you're making the Trek look like a bargain. And I guarantee you that's how they priced it too. They're like, look, hey, everybody. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I get another one? Okay, wait, no.
Whoa. No, that sounds bad.
Okay, hold on. Stand by. All right, we won't do any of that. We're just going to stay on target. I'm getting distracted with this new board over here. You guarantee there was a boardroom meeting and the guys are like, look, the top of the line Santa Cruz is the Heckler. It's coming in at about $14,250. Look, we're going to look like an absolute steal at $13,999.99. An absolute bargain. And that's what we're going to market it as. Hey, you want to get on an e-bike for cheap? You come on over to Trek, okay? Yeah, that's probably how it went. Okay, there goes any sponsorship for the couple companies, but then we're just gonna work our way down the line and just ruin any sponsorship opportunities I would ever have in my future. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. Oh my God, yeah, exactly. What in the hell? What in the hell? Shane, I miss you, buddy. Good to see you. Chase says paid $6,000 for my barely used Santa Cruz Heckler, which was absolute steal. The Century retails $14,000. Would never pay for a bicycle. Hands down, love the bike. And that right there is an amazing price point. You're a genius. That's exactly what we want. That's what you do. It's like that's the price limit. When we're talking about $14,000 and stuff, I think we've lost it, and it's just unattainable. Meanwhile, there's going to be like some guys that have 4 of them, and so what are you going to do? I mean, the market's there. People are paying for stuff. So I wish I had some inside information. Like one day I would love to get like so influential in the industry that I had contacts everywhere. and I could make a phone call, you know? I don't have my prop phone in here anymore, but I could make a phone call and I'd say, I can't hear you. I got my headphones on. That's all. That's what I'd love to do. No, I'd like to make a phone call and say like, hey, what's the real story? How much are these parts? How does this really cost? Because do we have the inside information? I'd love to have the inside information, you know, break some scoops, you know, really just break through. No? Okay. Probably not going to happen. Yeah. In case you guys are just jumping in, by the way, this has gone completely awry, but something I was working on today is, this, you guys see this thing that was, it worked for long enough for me to shoot the reel today. And so you guys are getting a little behind the scenes on some prop work that I was doing. Where's my camera? No, there's the angle I want. Look, if I cover my face, now you get a beautiful shot. You see what I mean? So I've got the massager hooked up to the handlebars, and I was able to essentially get this operational, but now I think I may have broken everything. Now the downside to this is this was a gift to my wife for Mother's Day, for her birthday. It was a gift to my wife, and I may have broken it. I don't know. That's fine. Everything's fine. You know, she puts up with me, but this was a good one. Wait, can we demonstrate once more? All right, hold on. So you got to hold it down till the green light turns on. I've discovered this. Okay. Did I break this? I think I might have just ruined everything here, guys. It's fine. Stay tuned. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. And then there it goes. Oh, God. All right. Anyways, yeah, it worked better earlier. Oh, that sounds really gross. There. Very good. Very good. We're back on target. Diamondback will sponsor you. Yeah. So Diamondback had some falling out. I don't think it was a falling out with Seth, but like it sounds like there was something that changed hands, and essentially Seth Spike Hacks is no longer sponsored by Diamondback bicycles. And it was funny because I was texting somebody and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting," because I was thinking on it and I was like, "I don't think I've ever seen a Diamondback on the trail, like not once." And as soon as I said that, I went out to Downeyville and 2 people had Diamondbacks. I was like, well, now I just ate my words. I had a really good, strong point up until that point, and now there's no point in what I said, you know? But anyways, like, how often do you see Diamondbacks on the trails? I always thought that sponsorship was interesting because like him and Eric Porter and his family, who is like the nicest guy, and his kids are rad. I got to talk with them in Sedona. One of the coolest dudes. I don't even want to call him a dude. He's a gentleman. All right? One of the coolest guys in the business, Eric Porter, his kids can absolutely shred. They've all got Diamondback stuff. And so I was interesting, but like it's a company that, yeah, is a big company, but you just don't see a ton of Diamondbacks on the trail. Maybe I'm wrong about that. The massager bars. Yeah. Now you broke the wife's massage gun. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. She's not here. She won't know that I broke it. I'll tape it up. I'll do something. I'll tuck it away. She'll never even know where it went. It's fine. Everything's good. Yeah, texting somebody. No, I can't say that name anymore. Tim Miller. No, him and I have backdoor conversations, backroom conversations. Okay, so here's something that's interesting, and I'm going to share this with you guys because you guys are content creators, right? You guys and girls. There's got to be a girl in here, right? At least one. No, probably not. Probably not. Very unlikely. My female audience is just really small, and I don't know why. Because like this mustache is like, you know, it's just like. You know, this could be the greatest mountain bike mustache in history. Although Bobo would have something to say about that. So I've been messing around. Okay, check this out. I'm going to show you guys like in a roundabout way. Okay, in a roundabout way, some behind the scenes, because I was going to like load this up to the computer, but I didn't have time. I was editing right up until the brink here. But look at this. Look at this. Can I show you guys a sneak peek behind? Because you guys here, you guys are fans of the channel, all right? So I'm going to take care of you, all right? This is the wife's in chat. No, I didn't. No, everything's fine. It was, nothing's broken. I know everything's working. You know, the house isn't burned down, nothing, you know, our equity's up 70,000%. Everything's good. Life is good. I don't know what any of that means. Okay, look, you need a cop costume. I kind of do have one. If you go look at Trailhead Troopers, it's kind of my costume. It's a little bit ridiculous. So, this is, I'm going to show you through my phone here. Okay, so like, stand by. This is what I got a lot of cool shots today, but I don't know if I could show you on Premiere over here on this camera. I'd have to move a bunch of stuff around. But here, I got it on my phone because I was shooting stuff. So what I have here, okay, let's see if we can focus in. What I have done here is I have managed to rig up a Home Depot bucket to the top of that guy. You guys can hear it? You got it? Okay, so I've managed to rig up a Home Depot bucket with a fan. The fan is plugged in and operational. I have confirmed this. These are the kind of hijinks I was getting into today. One of them. So you wonder why this particular reel took a long time? It's because I had a lot of setup to do. I had to go dig all the dirt out of the backyard to fit into the bucket. Then I had to rig up, if you guys look closely, you see the string that's going to the bucket here? And I'm holding the string. And so what do you think's going to happen here? Should I just leave it no, I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so wait, hold on. This worked. I had to hammer something into the, that's just so stupid. Anyways, I had to hammer something into the actual table that I built a long time ago over here to make sure that the bucket flipped over, because otherwise, if you don't hammer a piece in front of the bucket, it won't tip over, I've discovered. So I spent a lot of time out in the 102-degree weather today shooting what can only be described as probably the greatest reel I've ever made. And so it's done. I finished, but I'm not going to put it up tonight because we're here talking on a live stream. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to send this one out to the world, and we're going to see how it goes. But whatever. That was very time consuming. I had to go in the backyard, dig up a bunch of dirt, put it in the bucket, get it out, set the tables up, get that up above. Then I had to take a piece of wood and hammer it into that table so that, again, when I had the bucket there and the string, it would pull and tip the bucket instead of just sliding the bucket, right? That was just one of the pieces to this video. So I did a bunch of parts, and all of them were very time consuming. This was my day today. So when Bike Sum says, what is the work ratio, work-life balance? It's like work, family, and then reels and content, and then riding. Like, so I didn't even get a chance to ride my bike today. I got to ride my bike at some point here. It's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, Will says that's Oscar worthy. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. Yeah. So the Frog Cheese says, man, the newest short has 260,000 views and 17,000 likes. Yeah, within a week, actually. So it's going really well on YouTube for that one. It's got, I think, 100 and something on Instagram as well. It's doing pretty well. And so there's a possibility for 1 million views. Now, can I talk to you guys? We're here. We're all hanging out together. Okay, so I'm gonna just very rudimentarily show you this stuff on my phone. So if you guys haven't seen some of this stuff, and I can usually bring it up in a browser, but so it's at 250,000 on the old YouTube. And then if you look here, it's at, what is that? About 155. So it's moving at a good pace there. This one's the interesting one, the mountain bike guitar one. If you guys see over here, that one's going to hit 1 million again. It's starting to trend again. That one originally went to 4 million views. That's at 620,000 plus right now, and it's going strong. So that one's going to go big again. And then the bike park one's at 778,000. So we're doing pretty good on these recent reels. The algorithm's starting to figure out what I'm doing, and it's interesting. So it's just fun watching it and figuring out how it works. I have considered, and I just don't know like if people would actually be up for this. This isn't something I would do during a normal live stream, but I have considered like doing putting it out there and saying like, hey, do you guys, anybody interested in getting it together for like a personal chat, almost like not in a live stream per se, and then talking about like stuff that I've learned and things that might help produce social media content. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'd pull that off. Is that something I would charge for? I don't know, but like maybe a round robin where it's like everybody gets in kind of like to a private chat, like a Steam. It doesn't matter because we don't have to go live. Everybody could just jump in the room like a Zoom or something. And then you could ask questions, and I could tell you like some of the things that I've learned through the course of this, and how it's all kind of shaped and developed, and some of the things that I think like people could do. So there's occasionally I'll reach out to businesses. Like there's a company called Remedy Coffee Co. that's local, and I was like, hey, that was good. You got to do reels, and I was like, hey, what if you did this, and what if you did that? Like I just like thoughtful tips. I don't know. It might be something that's useful for people. But I don't know if there's a market for it. Because again, if I was to do that in a normal live stream here and tell you guys all the secrets to the world, the audience would just leave. I've had people before tell me like, look, just talk about mountain biking, you idiot. Nobody cares about YouTube. But in fact, if they had any clue, the majority of people in the live streams are always YouTubers. So it's funny because the people watching live are content creators too. So it's like I'm trying to cater to all the audiences because some people just ride bikes and there's nothing wrong with that too. So I don't want to bore people with content and all that stuff and all the new stuff. You know, I've got, let's see if we got this camera. I can break it down. We've got the new Rodecaster Pro 2 in action here. And you can see this thing is pretty cool. There's still a lot to learn on that. And then, you know, you've got the editing PC and you guys see the bar and everything back there. So the studio's going well. But yeah, we're there. That's what we're doing. We're broadcasting live tonight on a Saturday night. I'm glad you guys could jump in here and hang out with me. It's pretty cool. Yeah, like a seminar almost. Like, you know, just pick my brain sort of thing. Maybe that's useful for people. I don't know. I see a lot of people that like put stuff up and I'm like, I wouldn't do that. But like, maybe have I learned or am I just getting lucky? You know, that's entirely possible in my opinion. Like it's just all luck. And then the algorithms kind of figured out what audiences to feed my stuff. Maybe that's what it is. But it's an interesting route because when I take this route, it's me creating stuff that's mine versus like, and it's still like taking a trending audio and just, you know, doing the trending audio, and the trending audio will help you. We're going to dive too much down this rabbit hole. But what I'm saying is like creating your own ideas and content is harder. There's plenty of sites on Instagram that repost other people's stuff and they're immensely successful, right? Because they're at, you know, 400, 500,000 followers, but all they do is take other people's stuff and put it on their page. And they'll tag the creator, like I'll get tagged in it, but that doesn't do much for me. I'm not going to fight it. And who cares? Like they're doing fine. It's like, it doesn't hurt me either. So it's like, whatever. But I remember like, say one video's got 4 million views on my page alone. Then if you go look at all these people that reposted it, that's another couple million too. So it's like, but I don't get any credit for that. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to bore you guys with content. Well, what else do you guys want to talk about for bikes? Okay, there was something I had a note about in here. Hold on, stand by. I'm actually going to bring up my phone. And I had a note about something. We already talked about the Trek e-bike. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, this is interesting. So MTB YouTuber trends. Okay, one of the things that's like, I was thinking about like, so some of the things that content creators are making in like the couple years ago, there was always like every year there's like a thing that mountain bike YouTubers like all gravitate towards too. And one of them with van builds. You guys remember like the age of the van build? Like every YouTuber and mountain bike YouTuber was making van builds, and it was like your million views, you're a superstardom. There you go. There was like the van build phase, and then there was like there was something else like that. Now like the latest trend I've discovered is bashing wireless shifting phase, because there's been several content creators that are just full on board with just bashing wireless shifting. I have converted over to the wireless shifting. Here's what I like the most about the Axis, the Eagle Axis stuff. And then like, I don't know how many downsides I've found other than like, I just got to pay attention to the battery life, and that's going to hurt me one day for sure. But I will say with the Axis stuff, the biggest thing that I enjoy with that is the ability to hold it down and it infinitely shifts. I think that's useful. I think that's cool. So like on a downshift, like it'll just shift gears and then up and all that stuff. I like that. But in terms of like downsides to the technology, again, the battery stuff and the shifting, that's not even a lever, right? What do they call it? A paddle? What is it called? Anyways, the shifting thing is it's not that good. It's not that good. Like I have to take my thumb off the handlebars to reach the thing, and I'm not really stoked on that. So I know they make another one that's like a more like a traditional lever. But that one, like, am I using the paddle wrong? Is anybody using the Axis stuff that can tell me? Like, because I feel like that paddle is not ideal. Can you confirm? Confirm or deny? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the van build stuff was everywhere for a time. Absolutely everywhere. If you're building a van now, you're wasting your time. You idiot. You missed it. It was 2 years ago. You know what I mean? You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yes. Dumbass should do rise, forget water and crash because I'm pulling on knee pads. Now, here's an interesting thing, guys. I thought about doing this with you guys, and you tell me, but I got to grab a drink before we do this. I want to go back to one of the earliest Calirado Kid videos and show you where it all began. Okay, can we do that? Because not all of you guys have seen it all. You haven't dived back to the very, very beginning, and I'm going to tell you a story about it. Hold on. You guys have anything? Anybody drinking beers or anything like that? I've been drinking water and Red Bulls, but I got a Colorado whiskey back here that I'm going to open up. Well, it's already open, but I'm gonna pour a little glass. Okay, stand by, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay, so stand by. Here we go. Let's all right, here we go. Okay, so not everybody. I know it began with fishing at Skyline. You got right. You're right. Bike Som knows. So some of you guys were here since the beginning, which is crazy. I mean, you think about it. It's been a couple years now. It's been over 2 years. The video I'm going to show you was uploaded January 31st, 2020. January 31st, 2020. So that's well over 2 years ago now, about 2.5 years ago. It is not the first Calirado Kid video ever made, but it was an early one. And this may have been shot prior to the Skyline one. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to really go back and look at the footage. And you guys have seen it. It's a very short video, but it's kind of interesting. It's like, let's see if I can actually make this work, because I can't look at the screen and do it. But this was designed to be the intro video for the Calirado Kid channel. Now notice a couple things here is I'm comfortable in front of the camera, but not quite 100% comfortable. And there's a lot of like long pauses that shouldn't be there. I've learned a lot since then, but think about, okay, let's see if we could jump right into, let me see if I can get to where we're watching Hey, how you doing? I'm the Calirado Kid. You may remember me from such videos as the single track sampler and BKXC go to Auburn.
We left this Yeti, his brand new Yeti, out here this whole time with no lock. What were you thinking?
You know what they call that?
Trust.
Balls of steel. BKXC and me go to Nevada City with our fishing poles on a mighty adventure. Of course, my wonderful appearance in the BKXC Patreon ride at Rockville.
Perfect.
And I get it. After watching those videos, you're probably like, BKXC? I didn't even notice him in the video. Or single track who? I know. I'm the Calirado Kid, and it's all about me now. I've got my own YouTube channel, right? Okay, yeah. So anyways, here we go. All right. I know. Look, I know what you're saying. Another mountain bike channel that has field view on the chest. Okay, wait, hold on. Was there no audio? Hold on, that's all right. Everybody's texting me. Okay, I'm totally screwed everything up. All right, we're gonna, all right, hold on. I'm gonna add it in. I gotta do this real time. Stand by. Okay, stand by. Just give me a second, all right? I'm gonna. Okay, you guys got me now. Okay, I figured it out. Look, that's why not. Thank you guys for texting me, by the way. Steve and Jay both texted me at the same time. I was telling great stories, man. Damn it. All right, here's why. This is another thing. I got the new board, right? So now I got the new board. I had to go in and configure everything to take advantage of the new board. And so I forgot to add that in as a media source on that page. So we got it. Everything's fine. Video had audio, just not you. Okay, we're back. I know. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. We're figuring it all out as we go. Look, yeah, because I got the new Rodecaster Pro 2. I had not added it as a source. You guys held me accountable. Again, Steve and Jay, thank you for texting me right up. As soon as I saw Steve's text come in, I'm like, oh, it's screwed up. God damn it. All right, so all right, here we go. We're going to jump right back into this video. We're going to start from scratch because I'm telling great stories, okay? This is, all right, here we go. Stand by. All right, you ready? Let's jump right in. All right, we're going to go back. Okay, stand by. It's only like 2 minutes long anyways. It's fine. Hey, how you doing? I'm the Calirado Kid. You may remember me from such videos as the single track sampler and BKXC go to Auburn.
We left this Yeti, his brand new Yeti, out here this whole time with no lock. What were you thinking?
You know what they call that?
Trust.
Balls of steel. BKXC and me Yeah.
to Nevada City
Yeah.
with our fishing poles on a mighty adventure.
Okay, you guys saw this part. What I was saying here and before, because you couldn't hear me, is like the core premise of this that happened starting 2.5 years ago or something. Like, you can still see that self-deprecating humor is very present at the very start of this channel. Like, this is like in January 31st, 2022 is when this is uploaded. You can see that down below, right? And look at this, 700 whole views, of course. But like the self-deprecating is still true to its core. You guys have seen this already. It's just a lot of me crashing and kind of making fun of how crappy a rider I am. That's very true to the channel still, right? Would you agree?
Of course, my wonderful appearance in the BKXC Patreon
Right.
ride
Yeah.
at Rockville.
A lot of name dropping going on here. I told you I wouldn't name drop. This is a separate video, so it's not me name dropping him. It's the videos. It's fine. Everything's under control.
And I get
Don't
it.
worry.
After watching those videos, you're probably
Yeah.
like, BKXC? I
BKX
didn't even notice him in the
I
video.
didn't even see him in there, huh?
Single track who?
Single track, huh?
I know.
Yeah.
I'm the Calirado Kid.
It's me.
It's all about me now.
Yeah.
I've got my own YouTube channel.
See?
Right?
I'm in charge. Now,
yeah.
what I was saying earlier is what I was supposed to be doing is like looking off screen to a producer, like my producers, like high level, like media marketing professionals are on the side, like telling me, hey, don't say that. Okay. You got to make people think that they're important, not you. And what I'm trying to say is it's always been about me. So, all right, here we go. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So, anyways, here we go.
Huh? Yeah.
All right. I know.
Look at the haircut.
I know what you're saying.
Gorgeous.
Another mountain
Look at
bike
this
channel
beard.
that has field view on the chest mount,
Yep.
looking down the bike, looking down the trail,
POV.
showing us what the ride
That's
is
what we
like.
all do.
I love that. You love it.
I like it.
love it. But there's a lot of
You
that.
love it
So
too.
I think I figured out a solution to that problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all like to see
What
the
is it?
trails. Okay. And I'll show you videos of trails.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the most important thing is me. So here it is. After plenty of research, I've decided that this is what it's going to be, a different mountain biking channel.
Yeah.
This mountain biking channel is going to focus on me.
Yeah.
So here we are. I hope you enjoy the ride. Oh, I am.
Very obvious that I didn't have a windscreen on the GoPro at the time. I decided, again, how is this not still very true to the channel where it's like very much still all about me? The fact that this was like the core this was my idea of what the Calirado Kid channel would be when I shot this like 2.5 years ago. And the fact that it still holds pretty true if you look into it, it's funny as hell to me. I don't know. I think it's interesting. All right, so here we go.
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Because you got something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You got my face
Yes.
and some incredible camera angles. Okay,
I
watch
know.
this.
Watch this.
Art.
Art.
Here goes another one.
Mhm.
Right? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Could use some music here.
Incredible.
Incredible.
And you
It
want
really
B-roll?
is.
I fucking got B-roll for days.
Look at those shoes. Yeah. That's B-roll. Tell me that's not B-roll. Yeah. You guys know it's true. Oh, look at the beard shot. Look at the beard shot. Yeah.
Now that's fucking B-roll.
Yeah, he's right. He's 100%
So stay
right.
tuned, because I got plenty of stupid ideas in this head.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna see if we can put them on pen.
Tell me
put
this
them on
isn't true.
paper, and put them on video, and we'll see where we go from there. Adios, muchachos. It's not a very good catchphrase. See you on the trail? Nah, that's taken. Fuck.
So there it is. I mean, how is that like, okay, sorry, we're taking a trip down memory lane here, but how is not that like still not a very accurate representation of everything I have accomplished?
I remember this.
Wait, what's going on? It's auto playing. Who does that? No, okay, wait, we're back. Okay, everything's fine. How is that not still, you guys are still here? Holy crap, that's amazing. How is that not a great representation of the channel to this day? I thought that was funny because when you go back and watch like that 2.5 years ago, and it's all about like the ego and the self-deprecating humor and all that stuff, it's still very present in everything that I've done. And I'm kind of happy about that. I think I've evolved, obviously, in terms of developing content and the short form content, long form content, my production values. Obviously, I know how to do a proper cut now, and I know how to put music where music is appropriate, unlike in that video. But like, you know, evolving and refining is something you could kind of really define as what's been happening here. So it was interesting. It's just, you look at it now and you see where we've all gone as content creators. And it's like that video is very slow. There's not enough editing. It could have been done in 30 seconds, like to make that one joke. And I know that now, but seeing that, and that's the thing. Everyone that always starts a channel says, where do you go? Like, you got to start somewhere. Like, I still like that video. It's like not perfect, but it's a great representation of still the core of everything that I've done here. So like, I thought that was funny. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I thought we'd revisit it together and do some collector commentary. Now, I have given very serious thought to doing this on every live stream where we just go in and deep dive into a video. I like the idea behind the scenes stuff, but I'm not sure that's for everybody. Like, I think, for example, like that was something if I ever started a Patreon, like I would go in and just be like, here's how I did everything I did in this video. I thought that would be cool because like on some of the stuff that I film, like what I did today, I should have been rolling the cameras behind the scenes on how much crap it took to get it right. And so I always think that would be interesting. And like, here's how I got the angles. Here's how I shot it. Here's how I pulled this part off. And here's how I got this. Like, that would be interesting. But again, that's a very select few. And like, would you guys really give a crap? Probably not. I mean, the majority of people. But it'd be fun to go back to old videos and tell you how it worked and what I did and like what was going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. If I could find some good examples, maybe I'll roll that in and that'd be pretty good. Yeah, adios muchachos. What the hell? I was, for a longest time, I was trying to think of like a good catchphrase for the channel, like a sign-off catchphrase. Like everybody had like, oh yeah, BKC's like, hey, go ride something new. We'll see you on the trail. Like, everybody had some catchphrase, and I've never actually developed one, did I? The mustache is the only signature I need for this channel, and I've discovered that. And one day the beard will come back. I can assure you. But for now, this is what it is. It's right here. Yes, I'm glad you guys, I'm glad you guys are willing to put up with all these hijinks. So we've been going for a little while now, guys. So this is the opportunity. Like one of the things that I say that these live streams are especially good for is that we can sit here and we can converse with each other. Like it's not always possible. So if you guys have any questions or you guys got anything going on you want to talk about, this is a good opportunity. We're not going to close it out yet, obviously, because we've got, we're not even 2 hours in. The fact that I can go for 2 hours is crazy, right? But we're doing just fine. So, yeah, we're at an hour and 40 minutes. We're looking good. We're looking absolutely gorgeous. So if there's something you guys want to talk about, questions you guys have, this is a great opportunity. Spokesman's still in here throwing dollar bills out like it's a strip club. We know it. He's just balling out over here. Look at him go. Crap. I said I couldn't say it anymore. Damn it. I got to take a drink. Hold on. It's a drinking game now, isn't it? It's a drinking game now. And then I'm so stoked you guys text me all that. I know. So anyways, that's something we could think about. I'm going to work on this reel. I gotta like fine tune it up, but I think like the short form stuff's pretty funny. Cause like I got some really cool shots today and it took me a long time to get this executed. And again, it'll probably be my worst. If it's any like indication of, some of the stuff I've done in the past, the things that I put the most work into are the least successful oftentimes. So the fact that I spent so much time shooting, editing, and planning this video that I shot, it's only 40 seconds long. Like it's absurd. It is quite absurd. So hopefully you guys like it. I was thinking about dropping it tonight. I mean, maybe I could, but I got to do all the titles and the hashtags and all the tagging and all that stuff. It's a lot of work. And then you got to prep it for different platforms. So now you got to upload different videos essentially to each platform because like, for example, on YouTube, you can't take copyright video or audio like you can on TikTok or on Instagram. So it's funny, even though you're spreading your love across multiple platforms. For YouTube, I have to put a separate soundtrack. And then it sucked because the one I made for IG is like the prime one right now because the music times perfectly. Like it is money. So anyways, it's going to be good, guys. Oh God, can we talk about Bobo's spoof on GMBN? Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, the fact that even like Bobo is able to fit like so many versions of him on camera at the same time is mind-blowingly cool. It's just he is on a whole nother level. His script writing, everything. He's a tried and true professional. I've told him before, like occasionally we'll talk, and I'm like, look, man, like I would not be surprised if not Hollywood per se, but like I wouldn't be surprised if you're writing for a sitcom or something in the next 2 years. Like it would not surprise me. He is talented enough to do that right now as we speak. It's just a matter of like somebody realizing it, and it won't take that long. I mean, it really won't. Like oftentimes when people see talent, they can recognize it, and everyone here knows Bobo's talent. It's insane. So the very least, I got him to do to rip on me for the if you guys are here for the last live stream when I did the 10,000 subscriber live stream about a month ago or less. I got him to jump in on the roast. The roast was comedy gold. I really had a fun time putting that together. But anyways, like he's talented as hell. And I hope to collab with him one day. Maybe I'll go out there. Maybe he'll come out here. We'll figure something out. But if he writes a script, man, it just so happens that I can pull it off. You know what I mean? I could get right into it. I could get in the nuts and bolts. You know, I'm sure I got to pay for it in sexual favors, but it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. Venture Apparel Company's still here. I can't believe they put up with me, man. Look at this. Jersey company that makes me look good. Looks me look good doing it. It's like complements the mustache perfectly. You need to ask. No, Boston Don, I'm not going to say it. You need to ask that which will not be named to make you mustache bars for you to sell. You want to know? Can I give you guys? Because again, you guys are true fans, and I give you guys behind the scenes stuff. So here's another idea. I broached it to Brian. Damn it. All right. I brought up the topic to him and Jeff from Worldwide Cyclery, both independently. I said, you know what you need to sell as a joke video is a Trail One carbon kickstand. You know, how good would that be? Is that an April Fool's video or is that like a real product? I don't know. I feel like if you're producing high-end mountain bike content or components, you know, you could jump right on board with that. High-end carbon, and you got to charge like $150,000 for the thing, right? You have to. And that's the part of the joke is how expensive it would be. Dude, that's gold. I said, if you don't do anything about it, I'm going to do it. All right. And you're going to regret it. So get on it. And I had another really good idea, but I don't remember what it was at the time. I got to go back to my notebook. Yeah, I know. If you guys haven't seen my notes for video ideas, okay, like this is some of the stuff, and it's just like I have to make notes of this stuff, but it gets like crazy because it's like, it just goes crazy. Anyways, there's a ton of stuff in there. Don't try and go look at this video later and steal them, all right? I know, I got them all copyright and all that stuff. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, anything else you guys want to cover before we call it a night tonight? I cannot believe we're coming up on close to 2 hours. It just happens so fast, but it's fun to hang out. I like doing live streams with you guys. In the future, I'm going to start working on getting more live guests, but to be completely honest with you, we got a good pace here running solo. There's a lot of stuff I could talk about all night long, but as it starts to get dark earlier, the fireside chats will come back at some point during this year. I wouldn't mind getting this studio set up for multiple people. I know Robert talked about doing it, jumping on the live stream with me tonight. I was like, dude, I kind of like doing it in person versus virtual. The virtual stuff's like not as fun for me. So if I can set up for like multiple mics in here, that'd be fun to just have people come in and just hang out. We could set up some couches or something. I don't know. I'm going to figure out a way to get a little set. Now, the studio's rad. It's not super spacious though. It's like, you know, so it'd be some wheeling and dealing. Joe's tan. Do I have a tan? Is it in my head? It is pretty good, right? That's not bad. You don't want to see my legs though. My legs have not seen the light of day. You know, it's also the lighting. You know, you do a little warm lighting in here. It makes you look extra sexy. You know, that's really what I'm going for. The Burt Reynolds kind of like full on action, like casting couches back there, all that stuff. A bunk bed. Yeah, we could broadcast live from a bunk bed. You know, the porch out here with the multiple chairs is a set. Could be a set, but I'd have to dress it up. But you can just sit out on the porch and just talk. Like that'd be cool too, right? And in fact, you guys will see me do that when I do story time. I'll hook up the small lav mic, walk outside, and I can actually just be right out there while we're broadcasting. So, yeah, I know. Boston Don MTB, I will ride my bike hopefully tomorrow, and I'll let you know about that dropper. It's entirely possible that I screwed it up somehow, 100%. The Frog Chief says, when's the podcast coming out? You know, I keep saying I'm going to do it. I keep saying I'm going to do it. But I'm telling you, man, like, I don't know what's in it for me. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be fun, but like if I can come in and record a short podcast, what's to stop me from just coming in here and talking to you guys? So it's hard to like justify just coming in here and just doing audio, which is very easy, but it's like I could record the video too and put it up on YouTube as a thing. So that's a possibility. I don't know how to play that yet. And it should be way easier decision than I would think, but I don't know why I overthink everything. I always wanted to get it much more intricate. Like, I'm like, if I'm going to do a podcast, I might as well make it a video podcast, right? And then I got to load it onto YouTube and make a thumbnail. Then I got to take the audio and load it up separately. And this is where my mind goes. So one day I'm going to figure this whole thing out. By the way, Steve made this shirt. He made this design. Calirado Kid. This is the stance, you know, with the drone. You guys, did you notice that? You guys notice that, right? Yeah. There's my Skydio right there. Wait, what? Why can't I point to it? What am I? Oh, okay. There it is. Look at him. Gorgeous. And then the camera, holding the camera, doing the signature pose with the Skydio 2 right there. Stunning. Stunning. All right, look. Yeah. Orange spray. Yeah, exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get close to calling it unless you guys have any other topics. I think that was successful. We did it. It's a Saturday night. I'm glad you guys could hang out with me. And it was super fun. If we're going to do it again soon, hopefully real soon. I think I've got about a week and a half or 2 weeks before I start traveling to Seattle and riding out there. Maybe I'll bring all my broadcast gear. If I could broadcast from the Pacific Northwest somewhere, that might be pretty fun too. So who knows how we're going to play it. But at the end of the day, we had a fun time, and I'm stoked you guys came in here. Hopefully you have a good Saturday night. You have some fun this weekend, get a ride in tomorrow maybe. I will not say that person's name anymore, but I'm still going to drink. There it is. All right, guys, thank you for this one. Another mighty live stream in the books. I appreciate everybody hanging out, and I'm going to go... I don't know if anybody's home yet. I'm going to go run around the neighborhood and just see what everybody's doing. All right, they already looked at me crazy because of all the stuff I shot. Stay tuned for that reel. I'm going to finish editing everything, and I already texted Brian. God damn it. I told him. All right. All right. Who's left? All right. You guys are the true fans. Hold on. I think I got another clip. Can I show you? Okay. Hold on. No, I showed you that one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Hold on. Stand by. That wasn't easy to set up. Okay. It's already silly. Hold on. Stand by. Yeah. Everything's fine. We got the, everybody's gone now, but we're here. Okay. Here we go. Did you see that? All right. That's all you get. It's behind the scenes stuff. That's what we're doing. So that's coming out tomorrow. I appreciate you guys jumping in. We'll see you on the next one. All right. Bye-bye. Okay, so it turns out that Giro helmets, good looking, fully functional, very difficult to drink booze out of. Okay, just wanted to just make a note of that. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye. watch this. You can actually, okay, that's fine. You can't hear me? Sure you can. You can hear me now, right? All right, look, this one actually goes like this. Music's too loud. Oh, it doesn't change, huh? See, these are all the bugs I figure out when you guys are here, you know? This is all the stuff that I figure out when you guys are. Just like that, I dropped my phone. This is why I should just end the stream when it's time to end the stream. Like, I did discover that, okay, what am I doing? You can actually bleep out stuff. So you could be like, hey, I don't know who you are. You should probably, oh, I don't even think you Okay, sorry guys. But we got it. I dropped my phone. It's fine. We're done. We're gonna call it a night. Okay. Didn't crack.